as he is reinstated from the disabled list. Gray and the A's try to salvage the final game of the series versus the Astros, and it's coming up next. We are at Minute Maid Park in downtown Houston for the final game of this three-game series. And Sonny Gray, back from the disabled list, he is going to take the mound today. Today's game is presented by Hyundai, and it's the third and final game of the set. It's the A's and the Astros coming up on CSN California. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Oakland A's Baseball, along with Mark Mulder. I am Glenn Kuiper. So, indeed, Sonny Gray is back. That is the great news, Mark. I don't think he's going to throw 110 pitches today. Nope. I think the A's will keep a close eye on his pitch count and how many innings he goes, but it's just good to have him back.
It really is. He was going to make a rehab start today. That got changed when Rich Hill had the groin issue. So, like you said, 50 pitch or 5 innings, 80 pitches max, and that's probably going to be it, and then we'll have to go to the bullpen.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that bullpen as well. And for the Astros, they're playing great. Carlos Correa, he's just 21 years old. It seems like he's been around for 7-8 years the way he plays, but A's have seen enough of him in this series.
They really have. He's been a thorn in their side, and he's such a young superstar in this game. One at bat that stood out, this triple that he hit in the game, you see that ball down and away, drives it off the right center field fence. That was right after a pitch down and in that he took a big hack at, and then the game winner going the other way again, a line drive to right field. The A's really want to avoid letting him hurt them again.
Yeah, and the Astros feeling good. They have won 7 out of 8 as they are creeping closer to that 500 mark. Now keep it right here on CSN California. When we come back, we will check in with the A's pregame live studios. Then we'll come back to Minute Maid, get you all set for the A's and the Astros.
is brought to you by Jack in the Box. It's back. The Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack. Taste it before it's gone at Jack in the Box. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to Minute Maid Park here in Houston. Mark Mulder, Glenn Kuiper getting set for Game 3 of the series. That is Lance McCullers, the very fine young right-hander for the Astros, and he will make the start today. Let's look at the game time weather for today. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. Roof is closed again. Warm outside, 84 degrees, a little bit of sunshine. And again, it's been kind of a wet, rainy weekend here in Houston. So the A's trying to get a win and get out of town. Enjoy an off day in Milwaukee and then play the Brewers for 2 games, but they'd like to get on the plane with the W. Here's their lineup today. Coco Crisp will lead off and play left field. Jed Lowry is at second. Stephen Vogt will catch. Danny Valencia is at third. Chris Davis will DH. Yonder Alonso is at first. And Marcus Semien at short. Chris Coughlin in right. And Billy Burns is your center fielder.
And Lance McCullers making his 5th start of the season. Had a little bit of a letdown. He didn't play much in spring training. They wanted to hold him back through a lot of innings last season. He's still very young. So far this season has gone okay, but one thing to keep an eye on, his fastball command this year has not been very good.
Defensively behind McCullers for the Houston Astros. It's going to be Tony Kemp in left field today. Carlos Gomez in center, and Colby Rasmus will play right field. Springer is going to be the DH today. Valbuena, Correa, Altuve, and White on the infield, and Evan Gattis is again behind the plate. So A.J. Hinch has his Astros playing good baseball right now. They have won 7 out of 8 and 10 out of 12, and they are now 3 games under 500. So they're trying to get to that 500 mark, much like the Athletics. The Athletics 25 and 31. So they got a little ways to go yet. And the first pitch of the game is hit in the air toward left. Kemp waits on the warning track, and he has it for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And that'll bring up Lowry. Let's go look at Lance McCullers, a youngster, just 22 years old, a very high draft pick for the Astros. He was the 41st pick overall in the 2012 draft. His father was a pitcher in the big leagues. And he made his major league debut last year against the Athletics. It was on the 18th of May. He got a no decision, pitched into the 5th inning. And you know, the Astros have very, very high hopes for Lance McCullers.
Well, when you look at the stuff that he features, you're going to see a fastball, a hard breaking ball, 86 to 88 miles an hour, and a plus changeup. But as I said at the beginning, he's really struggled with his fastball command. His last start, I believe he threw 96 pitches, 45 of which were breaking balls.
Yeah. 96 pitches in 5 innings of work.
Yep.
There's his pitch breakdown. A lot of curveballs. That's Rich Hill-like numbers, more curveballs than fastballs, and he walks Lowry. But this is the major league debut of McCullers, again, right here in Houston, and it was a big deal.
Well, and one thing to keep an eye on for, look at how long his right arm is. When he separates from the glove, his arm is real long and slow, and that's the thing I like the most about him, is the freeness in his arm. And this year, when they wanted to hold him back, he was down in Florida, I guess, during spring training. Team left for the season, and he decided to change his arm action a little and make it shorter because he was having a little shoulder discomfort, and he's the one who decided it. And you can see how when his arm comes back, it doesn't get back behind him the way it was in his debut we saw in that video. And you know, right there, that's why his fastball command is so off. Now maybe his shoulder feels a little better, but You know, when all of a sudden you can't command that, that makes pitching a whole lot more difficult.
So sometimes pitchers, they have sort of just a shorter kind of a circle. And he's not to that point, but he's not reaching all the way back either.
Yeah, he's not getting the same extension. Yeah, I mean, there's a high fastball, gets a call going his way. But more than anything, it throws off the timing. You've thrown a certain way your whole life, and all of a sudden you get to the big leagues and you want to change it.
Good pitch there, 1-2.
And there's that breaking ball. He can change speeds on it. That one with 84, it can be up as high as 87, 88. He can sweep it a little, make it tighter, bounce it. That's the thing. He commands it much better than his fastball.
1-2 to Stephen Vogt. And Vogt bounces one through an open left side for a base hit. So taking advantage of the shift, and Stephen Vogt has a hit. It's been a good series for Vogt, his 4th hit in the series.
Well, on a breaking ball, you can see this one just kind of rolls, and Vogt with that shift just drives that the other way. Surprised you don't see more and more guys. I mean, honestly, it seemed like Stephen Vogt was trying to do that.
Looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. He got a ball away and just slap it, take what they're going to give you.
So here's Valencia. Outside from McCullers. McCullers went on the disabled list or came off the disabled list on the 13th of May. Good numbers for Valencia, 343, 9 home runs. Got a home run in this series. Swings and misses. 95 miles an hour. Runners in scoring position in this series. 3 for 21 for the A's, 12 for 27 for the Astros. Now the Astros piled up a lot of those numbers on Friday night. But I think for the A's, those numbers really came into play in yesterday's game. A base hit maybe off the tip of the glove of Altuve, so the bases will be loaded. Valencia with kind of a soft line drive. Altuve just could not come up with it.
Yeah, Altuve kind of hit off the end of the bat, and it makes you wonder if Altuve just didn't read it or something, but he just moves and goes to catch and just whiffs on it. So it makes you wonder if there was a little bit of a knuckle action to it or something, because I feel like that's a ball he's going to make 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, and he may have got a little glove on it. But the bases are loaded for Chris Davis. So a great opportunity here in the very first inning for the A's. Davis at 237, 14 homers, 36 RBIs, and the first pitch on the inside corner first down. Seems like those runners in scoring position numbers, they pop into your head after you lose a 1-run game in extra innings.
Yes.
Because one hit would have maybe won the game for you.
Yeah, they had the chances. Guys on base and just couldn't come up with that big hit. And now you have a chance here in the first inning to give yourself an early lead. The ball did. It just kind of deflected right off the end of his glove.
Swing and a miss.
And there's the first changeup that we've seen from McCullers. Everything he throws is kind of hard. You're going to see 88 to 89. You can see this dart just under the bat. Davis just out in front. You'd kind of think someone who throws 94, 95 changeup would be a little slower, but it's a hard changeup. Has a lot of tumbling action to it.
To pitch. Did inside. Davis in this series is 2 for 9. He has struck out 4 times. Taps that one. McCullers has it. He's going to underhand home, and we get the out there. Nice play by McCullers. He popped off the mound. So 2 away.
Well, Davis gets the breaking ball. You can see him out in front, just kind of chops it off the front of the plate. And McCullers does a good job to get off the mound quickly. just makes a flip to the catcher who's just standing there. No chance to turn two, but it's a nice play to prevent the run.
So now 2 outs. And it'll be Yonder Alonso. Alonso's had a nice series. He's 4 for 9 with a double. Vogt at third, Valencia at second, Davis now at first. Not close with pitch number 1 to Alonso. Alonso, 3 of those 4 hits in this series came yesterday. Second time this year he's had a 3-hit game. He also did it against the Rays down in Florida earlier. They're out 2-0, and McCullers has to come in here at some point soon.
Yeah, you really want to look for something if you're Alonso. Middle here. If it's not where you want it, you take it, make him throw a strike.
Outside corners, pretty good pitch on 2-0. And for Alonso, not where he was looking.
No, that's not what you want to swing at. This is a well-located fastball right on the black away. Move on to the next pitch.
So 20 pitches here in the first inning by McCullers. A little flare, and it's going to fall. And 2 runs are going to score, and the A's will take it. Alonso, a 2-run single. Just a little flip job.
Sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, but where you hit it. That's exactly what it was. It's a breaking ball. Alonso almost jams himself and just hits a little flare right over the third baseman's head. You can see the shift. Correa can't get there. If they're not shifting, Correa makes that play, but just a perfectly placed lob. It puts the A's on the board here in the first.
And here's Marcus Semien. I think the shift, at least in this half inning, has hurt the Astros twice. Remember, Vogt's ball was looked like a ground ball to the third baseman, but nobody was there. In the air to right field, hit pretty well. Rasmus going back near the wall, and he's got just enough room to make the catch. Side retired. The A's get a couple of runs on 3 hits, so an early lead for Sonny Gray. Here's the Astros lineup for today. Springer's going to DH, then Altuve, Correa, Rasmus, Gaddis, Valbuena, White. Carlos Gomez in the lineup for the first time this weekend, and then Tony Kemp is the left fielder.
And what a nice sight for A's fans to see Sonny Gray back on the mound. First DL stint of his career. This is the first day he's back. He was scheduled to make a rehab start today, but with the pitching issues the A's have had, he flew here yesterday, and here he is.
So Sonny will face Springer. First pitch to Springer, who we'll call it a half day off today as he would DH. 293 with 13 homers, 35 RBIs. The first three hitters in this lineup, and they're, as we know, they're all very good, but they're all hot as well. Springer has an 8-game hitting streak. Altuve has a 10-game hitting streak. Correa has a 7-game hitting streak. So you really got to kind of navigate your way through those three guys. Big swing and a miss. Foul tip, actually. 1-2 the count. Umpires today. It's Ryan Blakeney, Marty Foster, Mike Winters, Mark Wegner. That's Mike Winters, the crew chief. He's at second base. Blakeney calling balls and strikes. Astros are 27 and 30 on the year, 7 games behind first place Texas Rangers. Astros are 16 and 14 at home, and as we said, winners of 7 out of their last 8 and 10 out of their last 12. So they're moving in the right direction. This one is hit towards center. Burns a little bit into right center. He's got it. So one away here in the bottom of the first. Defensively for the Athletics, Crisp, Burns, and Coughlin in the outfield. Valencia, Simeon, Lowry, Alonso on the infield, and Stephen Vogt is your catcher. Here's Altuve. Altuve, no surprise, goes after the first pitch and rolls it fine. A couple of hits in this series for Altuve, 2 for 7.
Well, so far, Sonny Gray kind of looks like Sonny Gray. 94, 95 miles an hour. The ball's been down.
Fastball there at 95. Sonny went on the disabled list on the 22nd of May.
Well, Sonny's someone who can pitch down in the zone. He can also elevate it. We saw one elevated fastball to Springer and one there to Altuve.
Up the middle, and it's going to get through. Sonny almost had it. Just got past him, and Altuve has a base hit, and he extends his hitting streak to 11 games. And that'll bring up Carlos Correa. It has been a struggle lately for Sonny Gray, and we're just not used to seeing it. But you look at his last 5 starts, hard to believe. 0-4 with an ERA over 10. Some things are hard to explain, and listen, the trapezius muscle a little sore. I mean, that certainly probably played into the numbers.
Yeah, all it takes is a little something for a pitcher. If you're feeling something, you just don't quite get that extension. You don't get that extension on the pitch, the finish on the pitch, which causes it to be a little flat, which then makes it a lot more hittable. And then all of a sudden, you're not having any fun out there.
No, and I don't think Sonny's had any fun. His last win was April 22nd. And he beat the Blue Jays in Toronto, and he pitched 7 very good innings. But the 5 starts since then, not good, and then a couple weeks on the disabled list. Good breaking ball there. So 1-2 the count.
And that's the kind of breaking ball you want to see from Gray. The depth to that. You can see it starts right in the same zone as the fastball he just threw, and the sharp break down and away, and Correa right over the top.
And another one, and it's a swing and a miss. Foul tip hung on by Vogt. So a couple of very good breaking balls by Sonny Gray.
He doubled up on that breaking ball. If he's not going to hit it the first time, let's throw it again and see what happens. And same result. Correa just out in front. That is an outstanding breaking ball, perfectly located.
So here's Colby Rasmus now, 2 outs. Rasmus, .230 with 8 home runs and 34 RBIs. 4 for 9 with 3 RBIs in this series. And he hits this one high in the air, left center. Burns back, and Burns has got room in deep left center field, and he grabs it side, retired. Hitting a runner left, second inning coming up, 2-0 A's. CSN California is brought to you by Black Bear Diner. Feed your inner bear. Minute Maid Park with the roof closed. Been closed all weekend. And the A's leading 2-0. Yonder Alonso with a 2-out bloop single that knocked in a pair in the first inning. Coughlin, Burns, and Crisp. Coughlin at 154 with 5 home runs. And he swings and misses. Like another foul tip. Had a couple of those today. So McCullers gets his first strikeout.
Well, 95 miles an hour. This almost seems like it had a little cut to it or something. Not that it was intended, but you could just see the way Coughlin reacted to it coming inside on him.
So here's Burns. We were talking about pitching yesterday, and I forgot to ask you, and I wanted to ask you, did you think you were a good, when you were pitching, you were a good reader of swings, and did you work off that? Because there's an art to that.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not all pitchers are good at that, and some are very good at it.
Yeah, there's others that I think watch the hitter reaction a little bit more. I think I was probably the one who maybe relied a little bit more on the catcher for some of those things. But yeah, there were definitely times where guys would take swings that.
I mean, the swing can tell you a lot about how he's feeling about your stuff,
Absolutely.
but it's also, I would think, there's a lot going on already when you're standing out on the mound pitching.
Yeah, and there were also guys like you see Burns swing over the top of this breaking ball, but there were also guys who would swing wildly, take a huge home run hack, say on a first pitch curveball, and then they would sit on another curve.
Sure.
They would sit and wait for you to try to throw another one. Like they would try to look bad on purpose.
And then take a little off their swing the next time.
Yep. You know, if you pumped in strike one right down the middle, a fastball, and they would swing late at it on purpose just to get you to throw another one, thinking, okay, he's late, let's keep going with this.
Coco went after the first pitch in the first inning and hit a fly ball to left field. But it's amazing how often you see a pitcher throw fastballs by a guy early in the count, and then late in the count they'll throw a breaking ball and get hurt.
Or you're watching a guy flare one down the, you know, a lefty flare it down the left field line into the seats.
Backhanded by White, he'll take it himself, and a good inning for Lance McCullers. 3 up, 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. Bottom of the second coming up. Gaddis to lead it off. Are brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Sonny Gray and his numbers against the West. 4-2 against Houston, 5-3 against the Angels, 4-2 against the Mariners, and terrific numbers against the Texas Rangers. 7-3 with a 1.92 ERA, but really good numbers against everybody in the West.
Well, it's nice to have numbers against teams you play that many games against.
Last year, Sonny faced these Astros 4 times. Beat them twice, and a loss and a no decision. One and one the count to Gaddis, followed by Valbuena and White here in the second inning. In the hole, Simeon straightens up, throws, and they got him. And that's out number 1 here in the second inning. August 7th of last year, one of those 4 starts we were just talking about. He goes the distance against Houston. A complete game at the Coliseum. 9 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. And he did it all on 107 pitches. The only run he gave up was a home run by Valbuena. That was August 7th of last year. A complete game for Sonny Gray. This is his first start this year against the Astros. And here is Valbuena.
You see the 218 average, but he does have 6 home runs. He does have some pop.
And he hit, I mean, again, kind of interesting numbers, but they're Valbuena numbers. Last year, 224, 25 home runs, and that's sort of the pace he's on right now. He's always been that way in his career. He's just not going to hit for a very high average. The Indians, the Cubs, and now his second year in Houston, and he will be a free agent after this year. Luis Valbuena. Tyler White to follow. And that's going to be a base hit. It was a breaking ball that was up. And Valbuena, he may have broke his bat, but he'll take it. Second hit.
Not the location that Sonny Gray wanted with this ball. You can see it up. I mean, that's a jam shot single to center, and Valbuena, you would have thought he hit it 20 rows deep.
Wow.
Somebody's feeling good about themselves today for this day game, huh?
That bat flip, and I'm telling you, distance-wise, it went further than the infamous Jose Bautista bat flip. Bautista happy with that single. So broken bat single. Check it out. Yeah, man. Yeah. Take you downtown.
Let me jog to first.
I'm a bad man. So Tyler White, 223 with 7 homers, 19 RBIs. Hot start for White, but he has cooled off.
Well, this game is about adjustments, and Tyler White was about as hot as anyone for the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season. And then the scouting reports started getting to him, and next thing you know, he's getting pounded in with fastballs and breaking balls, and things kind of turned around for him real quick when that happened. So guys start pounding you in. Now then it's his turn to make an adjustment back.
0-2 pitch to White. Driven to center. Burns gets back there, and Burns has it. That's right about where Tyler White's car was yesterday. So yesterday, Tyler White, now remember, he's a rookie, and veterans tend to have fun with rookies. So during batting practice, the veterans drove White's brand new car out to center field and left it there. And when he saw it, I don't know that he was all that thrilled, because it was out there during batting practice.
and look how mad he is. He's got no keys.
So,
it's locked. Guys are hitting balls at it.
So his comments in the paper is like, yeah, they're having fun with me. You know, it's all fun. But his face yesterday told a slightly different story. At least we thought so. But he got his car back. He found the keys. The car was somewhat safe, and he drove it back into the parking lot. But tell us now, is this guy okay with his brand new car being out in center field? See, I don't think he 2-0 A's over the Astros, top of the third. That's the great Sam Houston, the statue of Sam Houston. There's a university named after him, Sam Houston State. Probably recruited Mark Mulder out of high school. Didn't.
There wasn't many who recruited me out
Oh,
of high
come
school.
on now. Come on.
I'm actually not
Really?
kidding. Yeah. 55th round pick out of high school.
By who?
The Tigers. Michigan State and Southern Illinois were really the only two that like really came after me.
Really?
Yeah.
So you decided to be a Spartan instead of a Salute. Huh?
Yep.
Well, it worked out okay. Lowry is retired. So here's the stuff you were talking about, Mark. This is good stuff. Comparing McCullers last year to this year in a little different arm angle.
Well, on the left, you can see his hand comes back. Look at the right arm. See how on the left, it's way behind him. On the right, it's more out away from him, bringing his hand more towards center field. On the left, it goes down and behind him. But I like the one on the left more, to be honest with you, just because it's longer. Velocity's a little better, and obviously his command of his fastball has been better today, but it was much better last season than what the Astros have seen so far this year. They've been trying to get him to throw more fastballs, and so far today he's done just that, and I think it's made him more effective than what he's been in his last few starts.
There's a base hit right center field, and maybe more. Vogt hits the bag at first. He's going to try for two, and he will make it with a sliding double. Stephen Vogt is having a very fine series. He now has 5 hits. He's 5 for 11 in the 3-game set.
Well, Carlos Gomez back in center field. You see a fastball middle in. Vogt turns on it. Look where Gomez is playing. He's playing almost towards left center. We've seen these outfielders, all the Astros outfielders, shading that way in this entire series. And Gomez, as quick as he is, gets there, spins and throws, but not enough time to get Vogt at second base.
Well, 13th double of the year for Vogt. His average is climbing up toward the 280 mark now. And here's Valencia. Valencia with a base hit in the first inning. A soft line drive that just got past Jose Altuve. I think Altuve felt he should have caught it. Turned out to be a big, in this case, a non-play. As the A's got 2 runs. Tap toward Correa, who gets a nice hop. That's the second out.
Well, and yesterday Valencia got a hanging breaking ball from Colin McHugh, and he was all over it. You see, not a bat flip, but he set it down nice and gently, but he knew he got it when he hit it.
So now Davis will hit. That one shoots right past Gaddis, and then it goes right back to him.
Gaddis wasn't very happy about that one right there. That's a cross up.
He was not happy.
Yeah, and Vogt can't really go anywhere because of the carom off that back wall, but Gaddis goes out. I mean, you don't really want him mad at you.
No, you don't want that
how
arm
about
around. You see that arm went around McCullers, and all of a sudden he couldn't move his neck.
There was a little bit of a chokehold there. You try doing that again.
It was a WWF arm hold. A 1-0 pitch. Now 2-0. McCullers, he wants the baseball. Boy,
he's a competitor out there. That's the one thing the Astros do like about him, is how much he competes. And
Correa. Throws out Davis, side retired. So Vogt's double, but he is stranded, and we're going to the bottom of the third. 2-0 A's. And California is brought to you by AAA. What does your insurance do when it's not doing insurance? It should do more. Go to AAA.com for details. Downtown Houston. As you can see, it's wet outside. First pitch is a sinking fastball for a strike to Tony Kemp. Kemp is in left field today. He DH'd on Friday night. Gray tried the same pitch, just a little bit low. And it goes off the glove of Lowry and rolls into short right field. So a hard hit ball. Lowry went for the backhand. It'll be a base hit for Kemp.
Well, this ball is smoked, and Lowry just takes one step and tries to backhand. It almost seemed like he had time to just try and get in front of that and play it off his body. But he decided for the backhand and just caught it off the heel of the glove.
So that's hit number 3 for Houston. And now you go to the top of the order, and the 3 hottest hitters in this lineup: Springer, Altuve, and Correa. Kemp has just 1 steal in the big leagues. This is just his 14th game. Check swing. Fair ball, and Vogt will flip it to first. So Springer is out. Ryan Blakeney, the home plate umpire, got out there, and Bob Melvin is going to chat with him.
Well, you can see Springer doesn't know where it is, but Vogt's trying to get out there to get that baseball, and Melvin's asking whether or not that's any sort of interference. But
what you'd like to do is get the runner back at first base. But it's just a 2-3 put out, and Kemp is now at second base for Altuve. Altuve had a base hit in the first inning, extending his hitting streak to 11 games. Takes a rip at the first pitch, fouls it to the screen.
Small as he, I mean, what, 5'6", 5'7", I believe. I mean, he's got 9 home runs. He's a run producer for these guys.
Yep, no question.
He just continues to, ever since he got to the big leagues, he just continues to hit.
He may not get as much recognition as other players, but I mean, he really is one of the better all-around players in the American League.
Without a doubt. Absolutely. You see the strike to ball ratio.
And it's good.
Sonny Gray now 10 of the 11 hitters he's faced thrown strike 1. And I've talked about the last couple days, strike 1 just so important.
So it was a good breaking ball, 1-2. Gray has had that so far today. There's the first pitch, strikes. 32 pitches.
Well, he started guys off with strike 1, and then that opens up so many more options. He's gotten a lot of quick outs.
And he gets Altuve to chase a breaking ball. Altuve is going to be out at first. Kemp heads up base running. He goes to third.
Well, Gray goes back to that breaking ball, and you can see that's not a swing you're going to see from Altuve very often, but it bounces away from Vogt just enough. And actually a great jump by Kemp at second to get himself over to third base when this is going on. Vogt doesn't really have a chance to get him, but turns and
makes a good throw to first base to get Altuve.
So now you got to get Carlos Correa. Correa struck out in the first inning. Sonny Gray threw him some terrific breaking balls. Correa chased it. First ball is hit towards Simeon, who has it. Side retired. So Gray gets out of the jam. Kemp is stranded at third. And we're moving to the fourth. A's leading 2-0.
2016 Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot, green and gold at athletics.com on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Select A's like Danny Valencia, Chris Davis, and Josh Reddick. Vote up to 35 times. Vote today, vote tomorrow. Vote at athletics.com/vote.
So 2-0. The A's lead the Astros. It's the top of the fourth inning. That man right there, Yonder Alonso, has the big hit in the game. He blooped the signal into left field with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First inning. He'll take it. Alonso 5 for 10 in the series. And that one is belted center field. Gomez on the run. It's over his head. Bounces up against the wall, and Alonso is going to have a long double leading off the fourth.
Well, again, Carlos Gomez playing so far into left center, he probably wouldn't have caught this ball anyway. Alonso gets a fastball away and just crushes this to center field, but Gomez there again. I mean, look at him in left center. Kind of takes a bad route. This ball kind of peels back over his head. But even if he's in center field, he's not catching that. But it's amazing where these Astro outfielders have been playing the A's hitters. And it's really been every left-handed hitter this entire series.
Here's Simeon. So what the A's need here, Mark, is just a couple of quality at-bats.
Let's find a way to get to Alonso to third base. There's no outs. Try and put a good swing, drive something the opposite way.
That one tapped. Correa charges. Tough play. Throws high, and everybody's safe. So Simeon beats it out.
Well, Simeon chops this breaking ball into the ground, and it's enough, and he's quick enough that Correa gets to it quickly, but the high throw allows Semien to beat this out. You know, it's not ideal. You would have liked to see the ground ball the opposite way, but the A's are in business with first and second, no outs now.
So here's Coghlan. Corner infielders creeping in. Coghlan's swinging away, and he takes outside. And Burns to foul. Coghlan struck out in the second inning. 2 strikeouts for McCullers. He has walked 1. Now 2-0.
You see McCullers going to the breaking ball.
Yeah, I was kind of watching the signs as well from Gaddis. He went through a whole handful of signs. A little bit of a low strike.
It tells you a lot, though. It tells you that he's not comfortable with his fastball. When it's a 2-0 count with 2 guys on base, and he wants to go to a breaking ball.
Did it again. And that was a good one. So now it's 2-2. Would he throw it 3 times in a row?
Well, it's definitely a spot here. You see this breaking ball. This is better than the 2-0 one. It's sharper. Down in the zone, you could try to elevate a fastball here. Go back and try and bounce another breaking ball.
Another breaking ball.
Well, yesterday in the second inning, Coghlan came up with that big hit to right field. He's been struggling, but drove in the 2 runs for the A's early in the game. We'd like to see another one of those right here.
And another breaking ball, and Coghlan strikes out 4 consecutive sliders. Well, maybe it's a curveball, but either way, McCullers just stayed with it.
Yeah, McCullers has a very hard breaking ball. It's more of a curveball, but it's at a slider speed, but he's got the 12-6 break, and that was probably the best one. It was up, but he took a little something off. The other ones were a little harder. That one was a little slower at 85 miles an hour, but it was sharp.
Well, here's Burns. Burns struck out in the second inning. Another breaking ball, and Burns lays off. Burns is 1 for 11 now in this series, so he's been slumping some. He's 4 for his last 29.
Those 2 line drives right at Baltimore yesterday. Both hit hard.
Gomez, the center fielder, way into left center field. All the outfielders shallow, including Kemp, toward the line and shallow and left. Correa has it. With the out at second, a 2-base throw to first is not in time, and White kept it from going past him, and it would have been a run if it did go past him. So fielder's choice.
Well, the only way you're really going to double up Billy Burns is if the ball's hit hard right at one of the guys, and this ball was just not hit hard enough. And like you said, White does a good job to keep this ball in front of him, because if it goes past him, Alonso will score from third base.
So runners at the corners, 2 outs for Coco Crisp.
Here's another situation, 2 outs. couple guys on base. We had a few of these yesterday, and A's were able to come up with a hit.
Boko has hit a fly ball to left field, and he is grounded to first. Boko's been good in these spots. 6 for 13 with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss. There's that breaking ball again, down and in the dirt.
Yeah, he's thrown enough for strikes to let the A's hitters know that he can command it. And then when you're able to dive it down under their hands, you get swings like that.
Pitch, he threw it again, and he struck out Coco Chris. So that was the go-to pitch that inning for Lance McCullers as the A's strand a pair. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 2-0 Athletics. In California is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. That's Craig Biggio. My concern, Mark Mulder, is you gotta clean the statue a little bit, right? He's got bird stuff on his
Just take a wet sponge to it.
Yeah, just, It's Craig Biggio. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of your guys. 2-0. The A's lead behind Sonny Gray, bottom of the 4th inning. Sonny Gray's looked pretty good so far. Pitch count's pretty good, and we will keep an eye on that. We're figuring right around 80 pitches is what the A's would like to get out of him. Biggio on the right, Nolan Ryan on the left. Pretty good hitter, pretty good pitcher. Lowry's got a charge. Quickly to first, and we get Rasmus. Nolan Ryan's intimidating. Just the way he looks, because he just has a serious look to him.
Yeah,
although he's a very nice man.
For sure. He doesn't show a lot of emotion.
Yeah, he's not going to be smiling and high-fiving you. He used to walk into the lunchroom in Texas when he was with the Rangers. I think I walked the other way a couple times. I was afraid. (0-1) the count to Evan Gattis. Get a piece of Stephen Vogt? Probably.
Yeah, Gattis's bat. Vogt fell forward to block it. Gattis's bat came around, hit him back in the back of the helmet.
A good breaking ball from Sonny Gray, and a quick 0-2 to Evan Gattis.
He made sure to stay back on that one.
Get out of there. Good curveball, and 3 pitches. Evan Gattis strikes out. 5 in a row retired by Sonny Gray.
Well, strike 1 has been what's so important. That allows you to expand the strike zone, which is what he did against Gattis here, taking it further and further out of the zone, and Gattis continued to chase it.
First pitch strikes, 13 of 14 for Sonny Gray. He's allowed 3 hits. So it is nice to see Sonny back on the mound and pitching well.
The best part about it is he's gotten that first pitch with the breaking ball, with the fastball. It's not like he's just picked one pitch and pumping it in there.
1-2 Valbuena, who had a base hit in the second inning. Strike ratio is very good. Altuve had a single in the first. Valbuena had the single in the second. Kemp a single leading off the third. Those are the 3 hits off Gray. So 3-1 the count to Valbuena with a full shift on. And this is up and away. So a 2-out walk. That's the first walk issued by Gray, and that will bring up Tyler White. Tyler White hit a fly ball to center field in the second inning. And he was 1 for 6 in this series. First strike, and White won the first base job out of spring training. He had a very fine spring training. Good minor league numbers. It's also a 33rd round draft pick. Probably got to work a little harder if you're a 33rd round pick. And 3 full years in the minor leagues. But the Astros still have Jonathan Singleton. Jonathan Singleton, left-handed hitter, big power hitting first baseman, just has not been able to get going at the big league level. That one bounced up the middle. Simeon has it, flips to second, and a nice play by the A's shortstop to end the 4th inning. 5th inning coming up. Still 2-0 Athletics.
ballpark. Log on to athletics.com/tickets and use coupon code DAD to receive $10 off field level tickets to see the A's take on their AL West rivals, the Los Angeles Angels. Discounted Father's Day tickets are subject to availability, so make plans now to treat Dad to an afternoon of baseball on Sunday, June 19th.
First pitch strike to Lowry. Lowry, Boda, and Valencia here in the 5th inning. A's scored 2 in the 1st. Still hanging on to that 2-0 lead. Colors with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk so far. In fact, his 1 walk was to Lowry in the 1st inning. Also grounded out to the shortstop. That was in the 3rd inning. Off the foot of Lowry, so he'll try to walk that one off.
Well, this breaking ball that McCullers throws Lowry out in front. This thing just goes right down on his shin.
Wow.
Right on the inside of your shin. And it
almost got a piece of the calf muscle, it looked like.
Yep. He's got that protector on the top of his foot. We saw that yesterday. Who was it? Had a shin protector and got hit in the foot. And now today he's got a foot protector.
And it's a new foot protector.
Yeah.
Lowry on the disabled list after fouling the ball off his foot, and he did then get a new foot protector and shin protector. He tucks it up under his pants now.
I was going to say, it looked like there was a shin protector under his pants. You could see it on the, not from that camera angle, but you can see it on the inside of his foot.
It's probably maybe a little bit bigger. Maybe he just wants it covered up.
Must have missed that protector then.
Of course, always does. McCullers, like most pitchers, throws it down and in.
He didn't want it that far, but that's just what Lowry wants. Then get hit by a pitch down and in.
Lowry's home run in the 9th inning yesterday was his 1st of the year. And he swings and misses, and that is 5 strikeouts now for McCullers. This was the home run that tied the game with 2 outs. And Lowry had gone 40 games without a home run. That was the longest stretch in his career without a long one. Well, that was the good news for the A's, unfortunately. A's would lose it in 12 innings. So here's Stephen Vogt. First pitch runs off the plate to Vogt, who has a single, a double, and a run scored today. Colors, he works quickly. Watch him get the ball back, and he goes right back to the rubber.
Yep. Which I like, though.
I do too.
I like that. I like that. You don't need to take too much time to think. Just get back on the mound. And
you know, watch, he will get the ball back, and he's back on the rubber within 2 or 3 seconds.
Yep. I always like taking that approach. Then just wait for the hitter. That way, as soon as he gets ready, boom, you go.
Swing and a miss. There's that breaking ball again.
And you can see that it's the way McCullers is carrying himself right now. He's feeling really good on the mound. And it's resulted in some great pitches that he's thrown so far this inning. Sometimes that tempo, you just get moving. Get yourself going, quit walking around the mound, and all of a sudden you start pumping in more strikes. Things start feeling better. And that's what we've seen from him.
And he's got a nice rhythm going now. First pitch to Valencia, way outside to the backstop.
And now he'll probably stay away from the fastball again.
How many breaking balls has he thrown today? Seems like a lot. %40 curveballs. Almost seems like more.
Yeah.
48%
He's had a few innings here or there where he's used that fastball. And see, like, you know, that's the thing. He throws that fastball and not even close. Chances are he's not going to go back to another fastball. So he goes back to just what he knows he can throw for a strike.
There it is again. Maybe the curveballs are standing out more because the A's are swinging and missing a lot.
Well, and they're also, but that's what he's throwing. So he's thrown 48% fastballs, but very few of those have actually been strikes.
And a changeup. How about that? 90 miles an hour and a changeup. And he strikes out the side. Very impressive fifth inning for Lance McCullers. On CSN California is brought to you by Black Bear Diner. Feed your inner bear. 2-0 the A's leading here at Minute Maid Park in Houston. A's 2, Astros 0. And Sonny Gray, after 15 days on the disabled list, back today and pitching well. He's got a walk and 3 strikeouts through 4 innings, 48 pitches. And really, Mark, I mean, Sonny was supposed to have the rehab start today, which was scheduled for 5 innings and or 80 pitches. But I mean, the A's a little desperate for a starter today, and that's really the only reason why Sonny's here. If it would have been, if Rich Hill was okay and able to pitch, then Sonny would not be here. He would have taken the rehab start, but the A's really needed him today, even if he only goes 80 pitches.
Yeah, it was more out of necessity than anything.
1-2 the count.
You know, he was only out for those 2 weeks, and it's not like he missed a significant amount of time. I mean, I believe it was just 3 days he didn't throw or something, and then he played catch. So it wasn't, thank goodness it wasn't anything major. And so far today, I mean, it almost looks as if he hasn't missed a beat.
And that one is belted toward the Crawford boxes, and that's gone. A line drive run by Carlos Gomez, and the Astros are on the board. And Gomez, his first home run of the year. First home run since the 11th of September.
Well, and you can see Sonny goes back to the curveball, and this one just kind of hung. He probably got on the side of it a little bit. I think that was actually a slider. And you can see Gomez, that didn't even get up in the air very much, and just a bullet into the Crawford boxes.
So here's Tony Kemp, who singled in the third. So that's the 4th home run in this series by the Astros. These have hit 3. Springer to follow, and then Altuve. Now 2-1 the count. And for Sonny, that's the 9th home run that he has allowed this year in 52 innings. Pretty high number. The Astros are a team that they rely on home runs. They're not going to hit for a very high average, but that's how they've really done it since they moved to the American League.
Well, just the swings they've taken the last couple of days.
Yeah,
whether it's Springer or Correa or Valbuena, you know, a lot of these guys are. That's exactly what they're Gaddis. I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do, especially in this ballpark. Got the short porch in left field. A lot of those right-handed hitters trying to pull the baseball.
2-2 to Kemp. High fastball. Last year, the Astros hit 230 home runs. Only the Blue Jays hit more in the American League. This year, the Astros are 4th in the league in home runs hit. Two pitches fouled into the second line. Astros 7th in the league in total runs scored. And they lead the league in most walks and most strikeouts. So they're an interesting team statistically on offense. They lead the league in stolen bases. So they steal a lot, they hit home runs, they strike out a lot, they don't walk very much. But last year, 86 wins. And after a slow start this year, playing very well right now. Strike 3 called, and Sonny Gray says thank you very much. So we're talking about the rehab start. The pitchers like to do it. Mark Mulder, you did not do it when you went on the disabled list in 2002 with a strained left forearm. And you probably wish that you had, because you said you came back a little early. These are your 3 starts, your first 3 starts after coming back from the DL.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good. And I didn't realize they were that bad, but yeah, I came back probably just a little bit too soon. I don't know if the rehab would have made much of a difference. I might not have hurt the team.
So in your case, you're saying maybe
I still
maybe
felt
you needed a rehab or not, but you just came back to it.
Yeah, I might have come back just a little bit too soon. I wanted back on the field, you know, and I could still feel my forearm a little bit. You know, we talked about Sonny Gray, just those last few feet of every pitch, you know, where you just the ball just kind of explodes, has that late life. Those 3 starts after I came back, I didn't have that. So everything was kind of flat and real hittable. And then after that, I remember in that 3rd start, it started feeling a little bit better. And from that point on, I did okay.
But you could feel it just a little bit still?
Enough, yeah. But it wasn't getting worse, which is why I was okay with it.
But again, in the case of Sonny Gray, the A's needed him at the big league level today. Semien throws and not in time. Altuve beat it. So an infield hit for Jose Altuve.
Well, there's been a few times where Semien has seemed like it's taken him a minute in this series to get the ball out of his glove. That wasn't exactly one of them, but he got over there and got rid of it quickly, but Altuve's speed just too much. It just wasn't hit hard enough, and Semien moving to his left or to his right.
So Altuve has his second hit today, and now you really got to keep an eye on him at first. He is 16 out of 17 in stolen base opportunities this year. Quick throw over there. Altuve is leading the American League in stolen bases. Burns tied with Davis and Ellsbury for second. Fastball just a bit outside.
I like what Sonny Gray did there. You just kind of, when you have a good base stealer, you want to vary your times to home, vary your looks. Sometimes just holding it is your best option, because lots of times base stealers like to get a little movement.
Tapped up the third base line, but foul.
You can see by Sonny just kind of holding there a little longer. Altuve and end up flat-footed because they're just waiting on you, and then they can't get a good jump. So more times than not, it'll keep them there.
And just 2 attempts this year. Sonny Gray, he does have a very good move. Real quick feet.
That was a slide step from Sonny, and sometimes when you slide step, as you saw with that pitch, the ball will get elevated because you're trying to be so quick to home that your arm doesn't have time to catch up.
Altuve not running. Breaking ball snaps in there for a strike.
Well, this breaking ball's up a little bit, but you could see it fooled Correa. You see him back on his heels, trying to get out of the way of it almost.
Quick move by Sonny Gray. Good lead for Altuve at first. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Correa strikes out for the second time, but a run for the Astros and Carlos Gomez's first home run this year.
Perfect place to host your annual company party. Check out the A's East Side Club. The East Side Club accommodates up to 1,200 guests and includes a pregame catered meal and game ticket. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or visit athletics.com/barbecue.
2-1 game. A's over the Astros. And it'll be Davis, Alonso, and Simeon. Both guys, Gray and McCullers, who pitched well today. Davis takes the breaking ball low, 2-0. Chris Davis has reached on a fielder's choice, and he has grounded to short. Davis now 2 for 11 in the series. Red breaking ball again. This one's a strike, 2-1, 84 miles an hour. We saw him being McCullers and the 5th inning with a 90-mile-an-hour changeup, and it was a changeup. It struck Valencia out. He just throws it very hard. A lot of downward movement.
Yeah, he's 93 to 95 with the fastball, but somehow that changeup, that thing's anywhere from 88 to 91 at times.
So it's really not an off-speed pitch.
Well, it's enough. It's some guys' fastball, but
Colon starts to throw, so we'll see how much longer Sonny Gray is in the game. And Davis swings and misses. He strikes out. 5 consecutive strikeouts for McCullers. He's got 8 in the game.
Well, and sometimes the best pitch in baseball is that backup breaking ball, the backup curveball. That's not where he wanted it. He wanted it down and away, but as the hitter, you see that middle in and you think it's going to come back, and it just never does. And Davis right underneath it.
We'll see if Sonny Gray goes out for the bottom of the 6th inning. One thing we haven't talked about, Mark, in this series is Evan Gattis catching again, which is very interesting. Last year he did not catch at all. He was just the designated hitter. But the Astros catching situation, Castro really struggling offensively. Had a backup catcher named Eric Kratz who has been let go. And they needed something. And Gattis, I'm going to give him a lot of credit for this. He went back to the minor leagues for 10 days to get reacclimated to catching. Now, how many big leaguers are going to do that? And you know, maybe a lot of them. I don't know. It just seemed like it was a pretty team-oriented thing to do.
I can't say I know many catchers who would do that.
So he went back to the minor league, into Double-A. 10 days, just got himself kind of ready to catch again. Caught a lot down there, and now he's back up, and he's catching a lot. And we've seen him start twice in this series behind the plate. Remember, he didn't catch it all last year. So give Gattis some credit for that. I mean, he probably could have said, hey, I'm going to start catching bullpens,
absolutely,
you know, during BP, and I'll get ready that way. But no, he wanted game action, but he wanted to also be ready when he caught a game in the big leagues, and that's why he went down to the minors.
You know, to me, that's very unusual. Obviously,
I think it is
but
too.
I don't really understand. I mean, it's not like he's never caught before, you know. So I guess there's part of me that kind of wonders, okay, why would you really want to do that? Because you could just strap the stuff on and do it here since you've done it before.
Yeah. He must have wanted to really be ready when he did get back there, but so he's back and catching a lot. And he caught a fair amount when he was with the Atlanta Braves for a couple of years. So. Simeon shoots one foul into the club level. So Sonny Gray with 69 pitches through the first 5 innings. Swing and a miss, and now 1-2.
I would have to think he'd be done, because I can't say I ever remember a pitcher, especially him, walking around talking to people while you're still expected to go back out there for another inning.
And Colon is loose out in the bullpen. McCullers, on the other hand, is at 88 pitches. Way inside. There's Stomper. He's in the house. It's the Astros mascot Orbit's birthday today, so some of the other mascots are here. And that's going to be knocked down by Altuve. His throw to first, not in time. Heck of a play by Jose Altuve. He was playing on the other side of second base with the shift on.
Well, again, we see a ball hit by the A's with the Astros shifted way over. And I didn't even think Altuve was going to get to it, much less make this play this close at first base. You can see him lay out, and he gets up so quick and gets a lot on that throw, but he just had to go too far and not enough time to get Simeon at first.
So on scoring opportunity for the A's, trying to get that run back. Coghlan steps in. Pitch to Coghlan. He swings at a pitch well down and in. Coghlan is having all kinds of trouble with the McCullers breaking ball.
That's what I was just going to say. He's not picking it up out of the hand whatsoever. I mean, that was one that McCullers yanked even. And he was. I mean, when you're struggling, this is what happens.
Yep.
You're up there. You're trying to swing. Sometimes you try to be patient. Sometimes you're trying to be aggressive, trying to figure out how to get yourself going.
Taps this one right side past McCullers. Altuve has it underhands to first. And Tyler White, the first baseman, he went after the ball for a couple steps, and then he had to hustle back to get to the bag. So Coghlan is retired. 2 outs.
Well, you can see McCullers makes a dive for it, but you got to know where your infielders are, because if that goes off the end of your glove and it ricochets, then you're looking at a base hit. So you got to know Altuve's right there. Let that ball go.
So this becomes a big at bat in the game, with the A's leading 2-1, second and third 2 outs. Burns has struck out and reached on a fielder's choice, and he bounces one foul. Burns doesn't look like he's seeing that breaking ball very well either. And listen, it's a very good breaking ball.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, it's not like it's that easy.
No. The way McCullers is throwing it, I think a lot of people will be having trouble with it. There it is again. It's hit hard, knocked down by White. Throws in time. Burns with a head-first slide on a bang-bang play at first, and this becomes a huge call. He was called out. And on that replay, it looked like he was out. Very close.
It almost looked like his hand went over the bag also.
So they're not going to challenge it. So a nice play, and the A's do not score.
weekend of baseball from June 17 to 19 as Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, and the Los Angeles Angels invade the Coliseum for an action-packed 3-game series. Friday's game will feature post-game fireworks, while Sunday's contest is the perfect Father's Day gift for family time. Get your tickets now at athletics.com/tickets.
So Sonny Gray is done at 69 pitches, 5 innings, and he pitched well. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. The only run was a Carlos Gomez home run. So it's good to see Sonny Gray back in the big leagues. So when it's time for change, take Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Daniel Colon takes over here in the bottom of the 6th, facing Rasmus, Gaddis, and Valbuena.
Colon, 2 of the next 3 hitters, left-handed.
Colon pitched yesterday through 18 pitches. So looking at the bullpen work in this series, of course, game 1, Hahn got knocked out, so the bullpen had to throw 7 1/3 innings on Friday night, which is certainly a lot. But remember, Treggs threw 4, and Treggs was sent out, and Ladendorf threw 1. So even though the bullpen had to throw a lot on Friday night, I don't know that it necessarily taxed them because of Treggs and Ladendorf. Yesterday, just the extra inning game, the bullpen had to throw 7 innings, and the bullpen was great. Unfortunately, Madsen took the loss, but a total of 14 1/3 innings for the bullpen in this series. And left field, Coco grabs it. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So bullpen work. Both these teams have gone to the bullpen a lot. Most innings pitched by American League bullpens. The Astros by 2/3 of an inning more than the Athletics, and then the Twins and the Royals. So it very well could be that the A's may jump ahead of the Astros after today's game. He's into their bullpen. And McCullers, his pitch count is up there. I don't know how much longer he's going to be in the game.
Well, and so many of the Astros starters that were so good for them last season have struggled this year, including Keuchel, the Cy Young winner, which has led to a lot of those innings that you just showed right there that they didn't have to worry about last season. I mean, shoot, last year, I mean, Keuchel was automatic into the 7th or 8th almost every single start.
You know, the Astros had the 2nd most quality starts in the American League last year. They had 94 quality starts, and that's at least 6 innings and 3 runs or less allowed, which some people may not think it's all that great of a start. But the point is they did it the 2nd most of anybody in the league. Not the case this year. And 1 now to Gaddis. That fires. McCullers behind him. So be careful here. Big Evan Gaddis, who will be looking for something. And if he gets it, he will let it rip. And he does. And he launches one to left. Coco backs off, and he's going to watch it drop into the Crawford boxes, and we're tied at 2. So Gaddis hurts the A's again. He's homered in each game in this series.
Well, and you said it for me. I was just about to say you got to be careful here, and that's just an off-speed pitch that's up in the zone. And I mean, he didn't even get all of it. That's the reality. He hit that very high, but with that wall as high as it is and a short porch, just 315 feet down the line, he didn't need much to get it out of here, as strong as he is.
So number 9 for Gaddis. And here's Valbuena. Now, if we're at the Coliseum, that's probably a fly ball out. But we're not at the Coliseum. We're at Minute Maid. These balls go out here in this ballpark.
When you can see how much on his front foot he was waiting on that off-speed pitch.
Valbuena bunts, and it's a good one, and he's going to have a base hit. Terrific drag bunt by Valbuena, and just rolled it up the first base line. And, well, when the left-hander's on the mound and he falls toward the third base side of the mound, that makes it an extremely difficult play.
And what makes it even harder is that Valbuena almost looked like he was trying to bunt it. Your pitcher, when you're following through, you're watching him. You see him square around, and it looks as though he wanted to try and push that down the third base line, and then kind of turns the bat head around, and Colomé is falling off towards third base, and you start to head that way, and you saw him try to redirect and didn't have enough time to get over there.
So Colomé gives up the tying home run here in the 6th inning. Dull is coming in. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. See Monday as the Sharks and the Penguins play Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. Then after the game, tune in to CSN California for Sharks Playoff Central. Don't miss a moment of Sharks Stanley Cup journey. And the Sharks got a huge win last night in overtime, 3-2, and the Shark Tank was jumping. So quite a moment down in San Jose, the first ever Stanley Cup final game played in San Jose, and the Sharks made it worthwhile. So Penguins still lead the series 2-1. Game 4 Monday night in San Jose. Ryan Dull comes in. So Dull making his 26th appearance. He pitched yesterday, 1 inning, 16 pitches. So now 2-0 is the count to Tyler White. On deck is Carlos Gomez. And Colomé gave up the home run to Evan Gattis to tie up this game. Big swing by Tyler White on 2-0. Ryan Dull has not allowed an inherited runner to score this year. 21 for 21. So he inherits Valbuena at first base.
This is really with all the innings the bullpen has had to throw. This is not what the A's were looking for, is a tie game right now.
This one is skied towards second base. Simeon waits, and he has it for the second out. So Tyler White 0 for 3, and now Gomez will hit. The Pirates and the Angels are playing the rubber game of their series in Pittsburgh. Pirates leading 4-3 in the 7th inning. Santiago and Cole were the starting pitchers in that game. And the Angels playing that interleague series against the Pirates. Angels will go to New York after that game. They will play a 4-game series against the Yankees Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Angels 25-30 on the year, 8 games back of the Rangers. Standings. Mariners and the Rangers will get underway in just a little bit. Actually, they're playing. It's a scoreless game in the 3rd inning. And the Rangers are going for the sweep of the Mariners at home. Texas playing well. They've won 8 out of 10.
Yeah, Texas getting Darvish back.
Yeah, and he's been good first 2 starts. Iwakuma and Holland, the matchup in Arlington today.
And back in the 5th inning, Carlos Gomez's last at bat got that hanging breaking ball and just drives it out to left field. A line drive home run. Gomez been struggling, lost a lot of his playing time. Very athletic player.
Big swing, hits it high and foul. Gomez did not start the first 2 games of this series. Some time on the disabled list this year. I still say at some point, Mark, he has to contribute significantly if the Astros are going to do anything this year.
Without a doubt. You can see, like, my opinion on that fastball, I guess it's located down and away, but he's got that leg kick, but that leg's getting down too late, and he's not ready. And I think that's why he was able to hit that breaking ball from Sonny Gray, because it was off speed and it was hanging. He plays with a lot of energy, but yes, the Astros are going to need him to contribute, especially offensively.
That's the guy that's been an all-star twice. He's got a gold glove. Well, he just has done very little. He did not do a whole lot last year either.
Yep. They traded for him thinking he was going to kind of be that last piece that they needed. And offensively just never got going.
Rolls this one slowly to Simeon. Simeon's going to have to hurry, and he throws right into the dugout. So Valbuena's going to go to 3rd, and Gomez will go to 2nd on the air. And you could tell it was going to be a close play because Gomez is very fast.
Yeah, this could be a direct result of the Altuve play. You can see Simeon coming after it. Had to rush that throw. Kind of sets his feet. That's almost a play where you might have to come in, make a mad dash at, and throw it on the run. You know, he tried to set his feet and make a good throw, but because of the Altuve play that Altuve beat out, he rushed that throw and it just sailed wide.
So it's going to be a hit and an error. Here's Kemp. So they thought that Gomez may beat it out. So base hit and then an E6 on the overthrow, allowing both runners to move up. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Tony Kemp, the hitter. Kemp has signaled and he has struck out. In the air, Coco's going back. Coco reaching for the wall, and he's got just enough room to make the catch. Side retired. So Evan Gattis, his 9th home run of the year, has tied up this game after 6. Brought to you by T-Mobile, fielding percentage leaders at shortstop in the American League. Marcus Semien, even though he just made an error, but it was just his 5th of the year. He's actually had a very nice season defensively. 4th best fielding percentage by a shortstop in the American League for Marcus Semien. He has come a long way. So the first pitch to Coco Crisp here in the top of the 7th inning. He's outside. McCullers still out there at 95 pitches. Well, they have changed that call, Mark, where they gave Gomez a single and an error. Now it is just an error. Yeah. So they've taken the hit away. Coco takes a stride.
You can see Semien in the dugout just not happy with himself.
Pat Neshek, who has not pitched in this series. 1-2 pitch. There's that breaking ball, and it is another strikeout. Make it 9 now for McCullers.
Well, McCullers wearing out that down and in breaking ball to these A's left-handed hitters, and as tight as this curveball is, these guys are all swinging over the top of it, and that's just another one right there for the strikeout.
Just 4 hits allowed since the first inning. McCullers, what a play. He reached back. The ball was going to end up right at Carlos Correa, but he took care of it himself and made a pretty nice play. And maybe the most important thing, Mark, a 1-pitch out.
That's exactly right. Keeps the pitch count down. You can see him fall off, and he's out of position, but wasn't hit all that hard and had time to get his glove back in front of him and snag it. Make the flip over to first base. Not every pitcher ends up in that perfect fielding position. And that one, I think, was a little unusual just because he usually ends up better than that.
And Stephen Vogt stay hot. He lines a single to right field, his 3rd hit in the game. Vogt now 3 for 4 in the game and 6 for 13 in the series.
Well, and Vogt got a first pitch fastball. One of the few fastballs he's thrown for a strike, but Vogt was ready for it and all over it.
See if Valencia can do some damage. He singled and scored in the first, grounded to short in the third, struck out in the fifth. This will probably be the last inning for McCullers. His pitch count high is 108 this year. That was 2 starts ago. Missed again, 2-0.
2-0 here for Valencia. You want to say, hey, he's going to throw a fastball, but as we've seen a few times in this game, behind in the count, he goes back to that breaking ball for a strike.
And that one rolls away from Gaddis, and Vogt alertly goes to second, so a big 90 feet.
See just bouncing. Gaddis does not get down in front of it. He's lucky he blocked it and stayed right there. And then Vogt read that ball in the dirt, took off right away. The A's have another runner in scoring position.
Well, the count is 3-0. Billy Butler has come out into the on-deck circle. That's Chris Davis' spot. See what McCullers does with Valencia. And he misses a little up and in, so a 4-pitch walk. And here comes Butler. And here comes A.J. Hinch. That's walk number 3 by McCullers. So 104 pitches. See if Hinch takes the baseball from McCullers. He's going to have a little chat with him.
I think Hinch wants to do all he can to try to let McCullers finish this inning, and he is.
So Hill will face Butler. Chris Davis is done for today. He was 0 for 3. You wonder if Chris Davis, if maybe that elbow is bothering him a little bit, where he was hit by the pitch yesterday.
Butler has been swinging a better bat.
See if he can come through here and give the A's the lead. The ball is high.
I'd be very surprised if we saw McCullers throw anything but a breaking ball or maybe a changeup in this at bat.
The 7 RBIs in the last 6 games for Butler. And a good take there, 2-0. So he has put himself in a hitter's count. Butler gets a breaking ball. And you can see where the confidence is from McCullers.
Yeah, it's all in that breaking ball. If you're gonna give up these runs or give up a hit, you want to do it on your best pitch, in my opinion. So he's probably going to go back to that breaking ball.
Ball's tapped toward third. Valbuena has it right next to the bag. Steps on the bag. Side retired. So the A's strand affair. We have reached the 7th inning stretch from Houston. It's a 2-2 game.
Baseball on CSN California is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Tavares pulled over into a right. It's coming. Swinging a long one. There it is, baby. The Cardinals take the lead as Albert Pujols comes through in the pit. And the Redbirds lead this baby 5-4. What'd I tell you, folks? David Eckstein, the man. This could be a crushing blow to the Houston club. Albert Pujols, you talk about a most valuable player. How is that? Woo! That thing left the ballpark in a hurry. A 3-run home run, and the Cardinals.
Oh, the great Mike Shannon from Cardinals Radio. That was our true story brought to you by McDonald's. Mark Mulder, you were in the dugout for that. The ball is still going, I presume.
I thought our season was done in that NLCS. That got us to 3-2, and then I came back and lost Game 6 at home.
So it's funny. You're thinking, oh man, we're in trouble. Pujols hits a home run now. Hey, this is us. We're going to do it.
Yep.
But then when it was all said and done, the Astros won Game 7 in St. Louis, right?
Game 6.
Game 6.
Game 6, but that was when Oswald, man, it was we couldn't do anything against him at that time. I mean, he was that good.
So then the Astros went on to the World Series, lost to the White Sox, but of course, you and your Cardinals came back the next year and did win the World Series. Yep. So you got yourself a World Series ring in St. Louis.
Fun experience.
But that's one of the more memorable playoff home runs in playoff history.
Well, and Albert just owned Lidge too. Like that whole that Astros bullpen, they were good at the time, and they used to. We'd see him in the hallways, and they would laugh. They're like, just anybody but Albert. I mean, he would get them all the time.
It was one of those where if you were sitting at home watching, and you didn't have a rooting interest either way, it was like, oh my gosh, oh man, did he just hit that?
Yep.
He's still doing it.
And at that time, nobody was hitting Lidge.
Yeah.
I mean, especially Lidge's slider.
Doolittle's up in the bullpen, Dull facing Springer. Top of the order for the Astros here in bottom of the 7th inning. Good ball game, 2-2. Dull game in and got a couple of big outs in the 6th. Trying to get through this tough part of the order here in the 7th. Springer, Altuve, and Correa.
I'd like to see Dull come in, keep these guys off base. These are the guys that can run a little bit, top of the order.
Inside and almost hit him.
So Dull running this sinker in. And it got close. Springer getting out of the way.
Springer today is 0 for 3. Stays in there to keep the count 3-2. Nelson Cruz has homered for the Mariners, his 13th of the year. Seattle leads Texas 2-0 in the 4th inning. And a leadoff walk. So Springer and his good speed is aboard. Now the Astros, after this game, they will be heading out of town just like the A's. A's are going to Milwaukee. The Astros are going to Arlington to play the Texas Rangers. So far this year, the Astros are 0-6 against the Rangers, and they have lost 10 consecutive games to Texas.
Wow.
So they are heading there. They're aware of that, I'm sure, and it is a 4-game series in Arlington. They're probably going to take the approach, hey, 4 games against the first place team, and that is a costly error, as Dull just threw it right past Alonso, and now the go-ahead run is at second base.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, with Altuve up, the A's got to be aware, and Dull has to be aware of a possible hit and run with Springer on first, and Dull just tries to be too quick. That's all it is. Springer wasn't off that far. You can see him just, the arm just kind of slings it over there, and it sails high and right on him.
You know, if it's not your A1 move, where it's a quick move and you're firing it to first to try to pick him off, you can't throw it away.
Yeah, you can't let that happen, especially in this type of a situation.
Altuve takes a bit high, 1-0. So we'll see how Altuve maneuvers here.
Well,
he's a tough guy to defend, and he will also bunt. He'll do anything.
He will bunt, but he can also shoot that ball the other way to get the runner over. You'd like to see him go fastball in.
And this one's driven right center. Burns on the move, still on the move, and Burns catches it. Springer will tag. He'll make the turn and stop at third. So Burns had to go a long ways. He ended up right near the warning track when he made the catch.
Well, when it was first hit, I didn't think Altuve got all that much of it. Kind of looked like he pulled off it, but as far as this thing was hit, look at Burns shading just towards left center. Catches this near the base of the warning track, and then he's got to quickly turn and throw because Springer was on second base and he was tagging. And with his speed, you know, there's times in this park, as deep as center field is and right center, where a quick enough runner could possibly try to score from second base.
Or if there's a juggle by the cutoff man at all. So now infield comes in. Here's Correa, and he bounces the first one fair down the third base line, right over Valencia's head. Springer scores. Correa with a double, and the Astros take the lead.
Correa came up with that game-winning hit yesterday, and here's another one, a little unlucky, a slider that he beats into the ground, but he hits it hard enough and the ground is firm enough. It takes a high hop, and Valencia just can't get to it. It's over his head, down the line for a double.
So that's it for Dull. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. Astros have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 7th.
17th, join us for baseball movie fireworks presented by Ray Morgan Company. After the game against the Angels, our famous fireworks show will be set to music from classic baseball movies, including The Natural, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, and more. There's no better way to kick off summer than with A's baseball and fireworks, so visit athletics.com/fireworks today.
So Ryan Dull gives up a run here in the 7th inning. So now Doolittle will come in. He's going to face Colby Rasmus. There's a high fastball, and Rasmus cannot catch up to it.
You know, Doolittle went right back to what worked for him. The last time he faced Rasmus, just constantly elevating, going higher and higher, and Rasmus kept chasing it.
Doolittle yesterday, 1 inning, 24 pitches, and it was an eventful inning because he gave up a leadoff triple. And then he struck out 3, and the Astros did not score. But he had to work hard for it. Another high fastball, 1-1 the count. But it was impressive, and it was all high fastballs.
It was. He just kept climbing the ladder, kept going higher and higher. With all of the lefties, and then this one he just blows it right by Gonzalez.
So 1-1 to Rasmus. Another high fastball, fouls this one back. And even a pitch like that, I mean, we say high fastball, it's probably right about at the letters.
Yeah.
But he's throwing 95, and I do believe his ball has a little rise to it. And it's almost impossible to get the barrel of the bat on it.
It's a hard one to get on top of. You can see by all the foul balls we had yesterday. And these, Rasmus keeps trying to get to it, he just can't.
But I think there's more to it too, is for guys to keep swinging at it. It has to somehow look like a strike or close to being a strike, and it's really not.
Without a doubt, it ends up being his arm action, how they don't pick it up, how they don't see it behind him. His arm is short behind his body.
And he got him again. And that's the pitch we're talking about. It's not up around the helmet.
Nope.
It's just up enough. Right at the letters. Can't get to it.
Yeah, this is almost belt tied, just above the belt. But it's firm enough, and you just can't pick it up. It's almost like it comes from behind comes from behind his ear, and they just can't see it.
So they're going to walk Gaddis, as the A's want Doolittle to face the left-handed hitting Valbuena. Gaddis has homered in each game in this series. Tigers beat the White Sox today 5-2 in Detroit, and that is a 3-game sweep for the Tigers of Chicago.
Well, earlier, Gaddis killing us again with another home run. Just gets that breaking ball out over the plate. Got it off the end of the bat a little bit, but he's just so strong that still able to get it into the Crawford boxes.
So now Valbuena steps in. He was one of those guys that Doolittle struck out yesterday. Good day today, though. 2 singles and a walk. Strike call. Valbuena is 3 for 10 in the series. Fouls it back. 0-2.
Well, you see again, Doolittle just elevating that fastball, and Valbuena barely getting a piece of it. 0-2 now. You Like to see him climb that ladder again.
A little high.
I think the A's bullpen will welcome a day off tomorrow and then a day off on Thursday. In between a 2-game series in Milwaukee. At that time, Valbuena was able to lay off that high fastball, which is what you have to do against Doolittle, but it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, you have to find a way to try to get him to bring the ball down, but it's so hard to lay off those pitches that are belt and letter high.
That one out over the plate a little bit, maybe a bit more hittable, but still 96 miles an hour. So the Astros left-hander Tony Sipp starts to throw. Gray at second, Gaddis at first, and now a full count. So the runners will take off. Tyler White is the on-deck hitter. Big pitch here. In the air toward Burns. Burns trots in a little bit. Still waiting. He's got it. Side retired. Carlos Correa with an RBI double. So 8th inning coming up. The Astros now lead 3-2.
Missed your chance to see the only 2 A's versus Giants games of 2016 at the Oakland Coliseum when the Cross Bay rivals square off on June 29th and 30th. The A's look to continue their winning ways against the Giants, having captured 2 of the last 3 season series. These interleague showdowns are always some of the most popular games of the year, so get your tickets today at athletics.com/tickets.
Astros lead 3-2 when it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. And it's the lefty Tony Sipp comes in to face Yonder Alonso. Tony Sipp threw 19 pitches on Friday night, threw 4 pitches yesterday. So he is appearing in his 3rd consecutive game. But like I said, just 4 pitches yesterday. So slider. It's 1-1. Good outing for the youngster Lance McCullers, 22 years old. 8 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, he got that breaking ball going as the game went along. It kind of got better and better.
Well, he was a little wobbly early. The A's got a couple of runs off him in the very first inning. That was it. Two to Yonder Alonso, who has 2 more hits today, also a walk. Plays off that slider. Sip. Well, he's just going to keep throwing that slider to left-handed hitter. Sip is ready. And that one's hit in the air left center fairly well. Gomez came back. Now he's got Now he's got to hustle back, and he gets to it, and that's the first out. So here's the afternoon for Lance McCullers. Boy, watch the breaking ball. It was just good today.
Yeah, after the first couple innings, that first inning he struggled, but then the breaking ball, every big situation he got into, that's what he went back to, was that breaking ball. And the A's hitters struggled to pick it up. They struggled to make contact at times with it, but he threw it for strikes to establish it and then ran it off the plate for the strikeouts.
One away for Simeon. So all the strikeouts on breaking balls,
I believe, except for one. I think
one. The changeup.
Changeup. Yeah.
A little bit outside. 2-0 to Simeon. Simeon has 2 singles, 2 for 3. Neshek starting to throw. The Angels have come back. They now have a 5-4 lead over the Pirates. And that game going to the bottom of the 9th in Pittsburgh. Called and it's 3-1.
As much as these Astros shift, Simeon's the only one that they're not really shifting at all. As you see that 3-0 fastball just on the outer corner.
And there's the 3-1 pitch that's high, so it's a walk. So the tying run is aboard with 1 out. That ball may have hit the umpire as it sailed past Gaddis.
Yeah, went right off Gaddis's glove, right off the end of the tip of his glove, and the umpire just wears it. Gaddis is almost looking for another ball, and he's like, no, you got to go get that.
No. Ball's in play. So we're going to have a pinch hitter. Jake Smolinski is going to hit. He's going to hit for Coghlan. Bob Melvin goes to his bench for the 2nd time, and A.J. Hinch is coming out. And he has made the call to the bullpen. So it's going to be Neshek against Smolinski when we come back. The A's have the tying run aboard here in the top of the 8th inning. The Bay Area fan, know it all with Sportsnet Central. It's brought to you by Hyundai, and it's coming up tonight at 10:30 on CSN Bay Area. All the highlights and reaction from around Major League Baseball, including this A's Astros game. We will get you ready for Game 2 of the NBA Finals, and we'll also get you ready for Game 4 of the NHL Finals. That will not be tonight. That will be tomorrow night. Kelly Johnson, Henry Wolford will host, and they will host from Oracle Arena. That's good company barbecue right there. Looks like a place that
we should go to.
Yes, exactly. So here is Neshek and Smolinski. Neshek has been a nightmare for right-handed hitters this year. Well, that's what he gets paid to do.
Yeah, the sidearm delivery.
See the numbers down in the right corner. Look what right-handers are. 3 for 41.
Is that good?
Good for Neshek. But yeah, that's his thing. He's tough to hit for a right-handed hitter, and he's been exceptional at it this year. So Smolinski hitting for Coghlan. Coghlan was 0 for 3 in the game. And that one, an off-speed pitch, moved toward left center, and it's going to be Rasmus who calls out Correa for the second half. So you could tell that Smolinski was just out in front a little bit and lost some of his power.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad ball to hit. It was kind of middle, but that's where that funkiness comes in. That it's just something you don't see very often.
So Rasmus moves from right to left, and Jake Marisnick comes in the game, and he's in right field. So this is probably the best defensive outfield the Astros could put out there, with Rasmus in left, Gomez in center, and Marisnick in right.
Yeah, all three guys essentially could be center fielders.
Brentstrom, the pitching coach. So we will head back to the dugout. So the hitter is Burns. 2 outs. Simeon aboard. That's Will Harris getting loose. First pitch to Burns is outside. Burns has struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and grounded out. So he is 1 for 13 in the series. Miss. Neshek does not elevate very often. He did there. Now, I don't know if it was on purpose, but the ball was just a little bit up.
Yeah, it was up and middle in, and that's a pitch. You know, Burns hits something down that right field line again.
And he lines one to right. Marisnick coming in. Marisnick dives, and he caught it. So the defensive replacements made by the Astros paid dividends here in the top of the 8th inning. Very nice play by Marisnick, and the A's do not score. To you by your local Toyota dealers. 2-8-2 for the A's, 3-8-0 for the Houston Astros. Sonny Gray was good. Back from the disabled list, he went 5 innings through 69 pitches. Stephen Vogt's had a good series, and so has Yonder Alonso. Lance McCullers was terrific. 9 strikeouts in 7 innings. Evan Gattis with another home run. Difference in the game, a double by Carlos Correa that knocked home George Springer. And that was in the 7th inning. So, Mark Zepchinski comes in here, bottom of the 8th. And much like last night or yesterday, the A's just trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. So Tyler White steps in. Zepchinski did not pitch yesterday. He pitched on Friday.
So he's about one of the bullpen guys who's somewhat rested, with as much as they've been worked.
Somewhat, yeah. Bright afternoon for White, 0 for 3. Carlos Gomez will be next, and then Marisnick is a strike. 9th inning, the A's will have the top of their order, Crisp, Lowry, and Vogt. I want to know who's going to pitch the 9th inning for the Houston Astros.
Yeah, I was just looking in the bullpen. Nobody's up yet.
Gregerson has really struggled, although he's their closer. Managers don't like to remove their closer unless they absolutely have to, because it really does throw your bullpen into kind of chaos. Nobody warming up right now. Saw Will Harris warming up in the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss by Tyler White. Well, White is 0 for 4.
Well, Zepchinski goes to the slider, leaves it up, but up and in. White almost late on that pitch.
And here's Carlos Gomez. Big chopper over Alonso's head down the first base line. Gomez going for second, and he is safe as he knocks over Marcus Semien. The ball rolls away just a couple feet away. And Gomez is safe at second base. Let's make sure Marcus Semien's okay. A little bit of a collision at second base.
Well, the second time now we've seen a chopper off the dirt over the infielder's head, and Gomez sprinting right out of the box as quick as he is. You can see him going to second base and almost head first right into Semien. Over, slides over, well, into his thigh, knocks him over. But Gomez, that's the way he plays.
Checking out Gomez as well, and Gomez is a pretty big guy. In fact, he's gotten a lot bigger in the last couple of years. I mean, when he came up with the Brewers, he was, I mean, he's a good-sized kid now. Checking out each other. Well, we don't know Carlos Gomez, but we know Marcus Semien, and Marcus Semien's one of the classiest young men we've ever met. So he checks on Gomez, and everybody's okay. So here's Marisnick. Pitch is way off the plate. Marisnick started in the outfield the first 2 games of this series. He's 2 for 9 with a couple of RBIs in the series. And is Smolinski now in right field. He's in pinch hit for Coghlan. Missed again badly. 2-0.
See Zabchinski paying attention to Carlos Gomez at second base. He's one of those guys that in past years enjoys. He likes stealing trying to steal third base. You got to make them stop. You don't want to let them get that walking lead.
Oh yeah, he'll go.
It might not be the
any
yes, exactly. It might not be the smartest thing at the time, but he's not afraid.
Springer to follow. Gomez with a big lead at second base. And Marisnik, and we've seen him, he's pretty aggressive at the plate. And with the count 3-1 and a runner at second base, he's not going to wait around. Now we're trying to keep Gomez close at second base. Marisnik with a big swing. He rolls it foul down the first base line. Must have hit that right off the end of the bat. Take a big swing like that and it rolls the other way.
Well, and Zabchinski's happy about it because that probably was ball 4 down. Been a couple times where some of these Astro hitters have been in a great hitting count and swung at some bad pitches.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Good swing there. Fouls it towards Springer, who grabs it as it bounces off the back screen. It's been Gray, Colon, Dull, Doolittle, Zabchinski. And that one's in the dirt, and it rolls away from Vogt, and Carlos Gomez goes to third. So a walk and a wild pitch. So 4 walks issued by A's pitchers today.
Well, we've seen a couple times in this game, not just by the A's, but the Astros also. These balls in the dirt, not expecting that fastball to bounce. Vogt's just not able to get in front of it. Ball kicks off the heel of his glove, and Gomez able to move up to third base now with just that 1 out.
So here is Springer. Zabchinski really has to bear down. Infield comes in. And Springer, big swing, fouls it straight back.
Well, we've talked about the aggressiveness of these Astro hitters and just how big some of the cuts that they're taking. Early in the count, first pitch, and there's another one. That ball was up, and luckily it was up just enough that Springer was underneath it.
That's Jesse Hahn starting to throw. Hey, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Springer taps one over the mound. Nice play by Simeon. Throws to first in time. The run comes in to score, so the Astros, even on the nice play by Simeon, get a very important insurance run. And that's too bad because the wild pitch really hurt.
Yeah, not only did the wild pitch hurt, but having the infielders in right here, if they're playing back a little bit, this is one of those where Simeon fields it, steps on the bag, and turns 2. So you don't know if that's going to happen, but you're trying to prevent the run from scoring. And the A's get the out at first.
So 4-2 now. Give Springer his 36th RBI, and that'll bring up Altuve. So the double that bounced right over Alonso's head ends up. Gomez ends up scoring. So an Altuve's specialty is hitting against left-handers. This year, .356, and every year he's among the best against lefties. Zabzinski missing in that same spot to a lot of the right-handed hitters. It's got to be a little frustrating for a pitcher.
A lot of these balls are just off the plate where they're not close enough to get any sort of swing at it. They don't really have an effect. The hitters can take them and almost zero in on that middle end.
Guess you're saying you'd like to make the hitter have to decide a little bit.
Absolutely, because he's fallen behind, so the hitters are forcing him. He has to throw a strike, and when your command isn't good, you're not just going to dot one down and away all that easy. So if you start aiming down the middle, that's the thing. Zabzinski's ball moves so much that he almost has to aim middle and then let that run take over to hit the outer half. I'd be careful here with 3-0. Altuve could be swinging.
And that one catches the outside corner. That seems to be where Zabzinski's pitches are going to the right-handed hitters. Off the plate, away. He's got to throw one here. Got to throw a strike here. Correa will foul. And there it is, missed outside. It's that same spot. So second walk in the inning.
And he's not just missing by a little. Like Vogt was sitting middle in on that pitch, and he still missed way off the plate.
So he'll get a visit from Kurt Young. Carlos Correa won the game yesterday in the 12th inning. And today he had the hit that put the Astros into the lead. Another one of these bouncers over an infielder.
Yeah, it's not a bad pitch, a breaking ball down, but that was the first one that just chopped into the ground. And it's firm enough in that area. If you hit it hard enough, it's going to go up enough, and just no play on it.
So here is Correa. He is 1 for 4 today. He is 6 for 14 in the series. Terrific speed on the bases with Marisnick at second, Altuve at first. And Marisnick's a big guy, but he does run well. So here's the first pitch to Carlos Correa. And he swings and misses. And it's the same pitch down and away. Correa just decided to swing at it.
See, and that's surprising. You see somebody struggling with their command, and you're going to go up there and swing at a ball off the plate. I mean, it's really not even close. And I know you're trying to hope that he wants to get strike one, and you're trying to do some damage, but you gotta look for something better than that.
Vogt digs that one out. 1-1 the count. So Jinski has usually got a pretty good idea where it's going, but that is not the case in this inning. Correa 250 is the average with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. He has Marisnick at second. That's got to be frustrating for a pitcher. Anyway, trying to figure out what the heck is going on.
Well, the other thing, sometimes maybe you try to go to that slider. You know, go to a different pitch, make the feel different. He's searching right now.
There it was.
And that's what he did. You know, sometimes you're struggling with one pitch. You just gotta go to something different. It's a completely different field throwing that breaking ball, and it's starting where that sinker should start, and that's why you see Correa swinging over the top of it. It's probably the last thing he was expecting right there.
And he threw it again. This time Correa takes it. So the count is full, and that will have the runners on the move. So 25 pitches in this inning for Sebczynski. That's Scott Feldman on the left. And Will Harris on the right, and that may answer a question about who's going to close today. 3-2 pitch, not close. And Correa ends up walking, so the bases are loaded for Rasmus. Third walk in the inning by Sebczynski. I think if it was another right-handed hitter coming up, Sebczynski would probably be out, but it's not. It's Rasmus. But you still got to throw a strike at some point. Rasmus is 0 for 4 today. 4 for 13 in the series. First pitch, a little jam shot. Sebczynski knocks it down. Tries to pick it up, falls over, run scores. So Marisnick comes in to score. Let's see what the official score says about that one.
Well, this is one of those balls. Colby Rasmus gets jammed so bad that it's got funky. It's got a little funky spin. It comes up a little more than what Sebczynski thought, and just misplays it. And by that, you see him get in front of it. And he probably did himself a favor by holding on to that. You try to throw that, and your chances are that gets thrown away.
So it goes as an E1. So no RBI for Rasmus. Sebczynski's going to stay in the game. But it's now 5-2, so 2 big insurance runs for Houston here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, here's Gaddis. First pitch to Gaddis, not close.
I mean, Sebczynski's getting so on the side of this ball that every pitch is sailing on him. His arm angle almost drops down to the righties. When Rasmus was in the box, his arm angle was up a little bit.
And now it's 2-0. Gaddis with a home run in the 6th. He homered on Friday. He homered on Saturday. He has homered today. 1 for 3. He now has 9 homers and 23 RBIs. And now it's 3-0. This is a bad spot for the manager as well, because you got an overworked bullpen, and you hate to leave the guy out there when he's struggling, but
sometimes you just don't have a choice.
You don't have a lot of choices here. Swinging on 3-0. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow.
So a couple of runs for the Astros. We're going to the 9th inning. 5-2 Houston. It's on our sister station CSN Bay Area as we get you set for Warriors Finals basketball. We do that before and after every Warriors playoff game. Warriors are up 1-0 in the NBA Finals over the Cleveland Cavaliers. The home of authentic Warriors fan is CSN. Game 2 tonight at Oracle. 5-2 Astros lead, so the A's are down to their final 3 outs, trying to avoid being swept here in Houston. And the Astros go to Will Harris. And it is a save situation, so in this game anyways, Harris will try to be the closer. First pitch swinging is driven to center. Gomez backs up. Coco Crispy's on. So Coco 0 for 5 today. Terrific numbers for Will Harris. Look at that ERA, 0.35. As we told you yesterday, he gave up a run in his first outing this year, and he has not allowed a run since then. 1 earned run in 25 2/3 innings. And with Gregerson struggling, blew his 5th save of the year yesterday. Astros fans are saying, this is the guy. We want Will Harris to be the closer.
They're getting their wish. They're getting their wish tonight.
Broken bat, foul territory, and it'll fall. So we'll jump on the charter and head to Milwaukee. After the game, a 2-game series. Sean Manaea and Zach Davies will be matchup on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, Jesse Hahn and Chase Anderson. You can see both games on CSN California. So again, just a 2-game series between the A's and the Brewers. And then in just a couple of weeks, the Brewers will come out to Oakland for a 2-game series. They will be there the 21st and 22nd of June. So every team in interleague play is going to have an opposing team that you play a 2-2 series against. Longest scoreless streaks by an Astro reliever. Will Harris closing in on Jim Ray. One-two pitch, and Lowry chased the high fastball 2 out.
Well, you can see from Harris just a big overhand breaking ball, good, and the fastball has just that little cut. You can see that it has that little spin that he's able to elevate it. Lowry just not able to check his swing.
So here's Stephen Vogt. Stephen Vogt has had a good game and a good series. He's singled twice, he's doubled, and he has scored a run. The A's with 8 hits in the game. Problem again, Mark, A's have stranded 10. So 2 runs in the first, nothing since. And a quick 0-2 to Stephen Vogt. Well, Will Harris is just pumping strikes in there, and now Astros and their fans are closing in on a sweep.
Yeah, that's that fastball away, has that little run or cut to it. You can see Vogt just laid on it.
Pitch. Fastball, Vogt lays off.
But you can see the command. I mean, Gaddis wanted the glove. He put the glove up, and Harris threw it right where he wanted it. I'd be shocked to see him try and bounce a breaking ball here.
Just missed with a fastball. High pop up, and it'll reach the seats down the left field line. For Sonny Gray, a good 5 innings today. And when Sonny left, the A's were leading 2-1. Hit hard. What a play. That's Balbuena. The throw, dug out at first, and that's the way this weekend of baseball ends for the Athletics. So what a play by Luis Balbuena. And indeed, a disappointing stop in Houston to start this road trip as the Astros sweep the Oakland A's.
You see Balbuena playing that shortstop position on the shift. Back spin. As hard as this ball was hit, he fields it, spins, comes up, double clutches for a second. Good strong throw, and then White with a great dig at first.
So the Astros are hot. They have won 8 out of their last 9. And for the A's, they will head to Milwaukee with a 25-32 record. Time of game, 3 hours and 5 minutes. The attendance this afternoon here at Minute Maid Park, 30,817. Final score, the Astros defeat the Athletics by